Cadence. I'm unfazed, I'm unfazed, yeah, I'm unfazed. I'm unfazed, yeah, I'm unfazed. I'm unfazed, yeah, finna stack this paper. I'm unfazed, I'm unfazed, yeah, finna stack this paper. I'm unfazed.
Come on, man. You know how we coming, man. Every week we coming with you with something, man. We back. Me and Mr. Real Deal McNeil, fresh off for 30 days. How you feeling, brother?
Man, blessed, fortunate, you know what I'm saying? It's always good to be in front of the camera with my brother, man.
He got the new hair, got the
Yeah.
new do.
But said he crimped it. He
Crimpy,
crimped it.
crimpy.
Look, I need a retweet. We're gonna tuck that in.
Okay, yeah, take that in, take that in. But yeah, you been traveling too. You went on a little trip. Tell me about that.
Yeah,
How that
man.
going?
Blessed and fortunate. Me and my lady went to San Diego for a
Okay.
little trip. Got to do some first of many, you know what I'm saying? Got to kayak, which was
Kayak. Oh,
man.
okay.
We got the kayak, got the jet ski. Kayaking was fun. It was a different experience. Fresh out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should have. I feel like they set us up. They should have steered us to the open water and had us
Mm.
aiming towards some rocks. So we did hit the rocks on the way out, but we had to get our
Ah,
bearings down.
yeah,
Once we
yeah,
got
you
our
had to.
bearings down, we
You got
realized, you know
to.
what I'm saying, who was controlling what.
You
She
got
more
to.
had the push and the throttle. I had the direction. We was smooth after that though.
You got to. You got
But
to. I
yeah, did
know.
some morning
So you do
yoga.
a lot of water stuff. A lot of water stuff. Some
You know, we
yoga.
did. It was nothing but water out there. We got to go to the beach. We was looking for like it was like
Nice.
La Jolla Cove. We was looking for the sea lions. Didn't see no sea lions, but we got to go
Oh,
to the
sea
beach.
lions. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know what we was thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All
She
right.
was scared that way. I was like, ah.
Yeah.
Also too, San Diego. If y'all watch this, y'all need to improve uh that damn aquarium. Really, the fish tank museum y'all have.
Yeah.
That weak ass aquarium. But the zoo was hella dope. The
It
zoo was
was.
dope. We went like for an hour and 30 minutes. Took like a small little and we actually took a bus tour through the zoo, which is hella cool because we would not have been able to walk that whole
Okay.
zoo. So it was a
Yeah.
dope, it was a dope experience overall, you know what I'm saying? So jet ski for the first time was out there.
Oh yeah. Jet skiing is fun.
Um
Jet skiing is fun. You was going fast or what?
but yeah, I did like 51 miles per hour. I think
Okay.
my jet ski went like 55, so I had to get it up.
Okay. Yeah,
I
you
had to
had
get
to
it
get it up. You got to turn it up. That's good, bro.
But yeah,
Same,
man.
bro. Yeah, relaxing, doing my
Had to
thing.
clear the mind after the 30 days.
You
Like
got
y'all know the
to.
30 days was amazing, but it was
Amazing.
also very overwhelming. So you gotta set your time to, enjoy life and get back free for a second. So it was fun.
Exactly, man. And like every day, we had to take that break, come back, reset. But we got amazing conversation for y'all today, man. Like we
Always
just wanna
amazing.
main thing I want to talk about is like no shortcuts. I know I did that solo episode. We did it. We talk it, and this is like the theme of the podcast. The people that we talking to. You know what I mean? We are all we want to go vacation all the time, but how do we get to that point, right? But like in order to get to
Well,
that
that's
point,
nice.
there is no shortcuts in life that you can take. And been wanting to have this conversation with you just to see your experience on it too, because it's like what has your experience been like with like shortcuts and doing that in life? Because I know for me personally, like I told you, I was that little kid. Like I was watching YouTube videos, motivation, no shortcuts. You can't do this, can't do that. So I'm like, okay, I'm locked in my mind. And I had a mother. My mother, she was always on me. She's like, don't walk past that. You see garbage on the floor, pick it up. You know what I mean? It's the
Man,
small stuff like that that
man.
really is building me that I'm trying to bring back into my life now because sometimes we forget stuff. But I think overall it's a great thing to have in your arsenal for life and building anything.
Now that's crazy you mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? You never even think about things like as small as that, like pick up trash, you know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
just taking advantage of the opportunity of being in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, there's no shortcuts. I've always, you know what I'm saying, modeled everything in trust the process because it's something
Mm,
greater on the side. But to pop off basically my experiences with no shortcuts, I did want to share this quote. It says, "There are no shortcuts to any place worth going." This is attributed to opera singer Beverly Seals. And I like that. It resonates with me too, because it's kind of like when you think about it, anything that is worth obtaining, achieving, or any goal you set, I feel like you don't really ever want to put shortcuts even in the equation because it takes away from the appreciation of when you finally get there, when you finally obtain it.
mm,
So, you know what I'm saying? And again, it's really no shortcuts to anything that you do because trust and believe, if there was a shortcuts, we'd had a blueprint look, no, we're gonna take exit three. Exit three gonna get us there a lot faster than exit five. So, you know what I'm saying? It's about, you know what I'm saying, enduring, especially too. Reason why you don't want to take shortcuts either is because enduring through the process, you're gonna learn so much more. And imagine if you take a shortcut to get to where you're going or
Mm.
whatever, you may be lacking valuable, you know what I'm saying, components or things that you need in order to, you know what I'm saying, really stay. Because once you get there, you want to stay there. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
So
I was just gonna say. So E, if I gave you $1 million right now, E, okay. I'm gonna give you 1 million. I'm like, you gonna take the million,
right, you
but
what?
yeah, like if you would you rather be given that $1 million or would you rather work for that $1 million
In
and
my
make it
honest
this?
opinion, I'd rather be given the million. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna hold you. But the reason why I would kind of rephrase your question. So if somebody came to me
Hmm.
and, you know what I'm saying, because I've always been taught too, nothing's free in life.
No.
So if somebody came to me and gave me $1 million or whatever, I'm like, what's the catch? What's the catch? You know what I'm saying? Because, and honestly, I would want to know, you know what I'm saying, what the catch is, because respectfully, if I didn't, I feel like that million goes a lot faster than if I actually know, okay, what comes with this
Hmm.
or whatever. But also, too,
And
to your
with no,
point,
no, what if it no catch in this one?
no catch.
No catch. I'm
I
giving you
don't
a
know.
million.
Yeah, I want the million. What you mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna be a fool and say, you know what I'm
But
saying,
no,
because
let's say if it was guaranteed though. So you had a 10-year span, right? I could give you 1 million right now.
hmm
Or you will work for it and you can get that million.
I get the million. I
You
get the
take the
million
million right
today.
now.
I
Okay.
take the million right now just because, for one, everybody needs a little push in the right direction. Everybody needs a little help. You know,
Yeah.
say that if I get a million, there's a lot of things I can do with a million. Now I'm gonna rechange your question up a little bit though, to show you
Hmm.
how what we're saying kind of goes with the no shortcut process. If somebody told me we'll give you $1 million right now or whatever, you can take the million, or you can do X, Y, and Z for the next 3 to 5 years. We'll just say 5 years, the next 5 years, and then you'll get a million every year following until you die. You want the million right now, or you want the million every year till you die, or whatever. And if I'm taking the million every year till I die, because if I only have to work for 5 more years in order to be set up to receive a million, that's that no shortcuts. You know what I'm saying? Go. I'm going to go every day knowing what the goal is, knowing what the task is at hand. But that's easy to do when you know what the goal is.
Hmm.
I'm talking about no shortcuts when you don't know what the goal. When you set the goal, but you don't know what it looks like getting there. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
when you take the no shortcuts to that job that you want, when you take the no shortcut to the lady that you want, when you take there's no shortcuts there. Like if you want this pristine premier lifestyle, it's going to take you evolving into something. And in order to evolve, that's not an overnight type of a thing. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You have to buckle down, bear down, and really start to instill the characteristics into yourself to see kind of like, okay, how do I become the image of the person that, or how do I become the person that obtains this success? How do I become the person that, you know what I'm saying, achieves this greatness and can maintain and hold on to it? So,
Exactly. And I think when I think about that, I think the main thing for me is like the biggest things that I think about. Okay, if I could, you said it so perfectly. I don't want just $1 million. I'll take it if they're giving out
right,
$1 million
right,
because for me right now, who I am, I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? We're
right.
gonna we're gonna know how to
Plus,
move. We're gonna do
we've
the
already endured a
education
path
and our
with no
mindset.
shortcuts.
Exactly. So my thing though is you want to become the person that can make $1 million.
hmm
Because if you just
It's
get the
worth
million
something.
dollars, you can have it, but it's like, okay, you don't really know it. Like, you didn't work for that. So it's like, if I have a son, like, if a billionaire has a kid, he no money, you know what I mean? He don't know that work progress, the process he has to
Also,
work
too,
for, and things like
also too,
that.
like you're saying, it's appreciation for your work. Think about
Yes.
it. If I get $1 million, nobody's gonna know I got that $1 million but me. I can start
Yes.
to move and carry myself like a millionaire, but I'm not really a millionaire because as soon as I spend the money, I'm no longer in the millions. So
Yes.
the appreciation of your work. If you was to work for $1 million, people would know you for the works that you've done to get your million. But if you just get given a
Yes.
million dollars, you just
And
got
you
a million.
need to know in order to get to that million, there's things you needed to do. But if you just give the million, you don't know the things
What
that you needed to do to get there. So you just like,
Right.
you lost right now at that point. So I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think as far as shortcuts in life, man, it's an amazing conversation to have because I think there is like two sides to the coin. Like one side is like when we think about shortcuts, like there's different ways to think about it, like efficiency in life, like all these hacks and making things and you be able to use shortcuts and like
Right. Work
that's of
work smarter,
course
not harder.
work smarter, not harder. Yeah, and
So
that's
are
completely
shortcuts
different.
good?
Exactly. Then
If
that's
we
the
if we looking at
thing.
it like that, because we've always been looking for the short, more efficient way to get something
Hmm.
done.
Yeah.
So whereas we can say there are no shortcuts in life,
Hmm.
I mean, some may be worth taking. You know what I'm saying? But again, I feel like
Yes.
also too. Now I kind of might contradict myself because most times when you take a shortcut, you may be missing a step. Now your foundation of something may not be as steady. It's a
Exactly.
little rocky. That one
Exactly.
bolt you were supposed to use to tighten that, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I get what you're saying, like, because efficiency could be the process to efficiency, and you could be helping make it that process shorter, but then the shorter process may be somebody's actual process with no shortcuts in it. So, but the process to efficiency was not a shortcut because you had to go the longevity route to figure out how do I show
Exactly. In
this.
order to create
So,
that efficiency, like
yeah, there's
all
no
this
shortcuts
AI and stuff, it takes time to do that. Was
for
they
sure.
put all the time in to
Decades,
create it
centuries,
so you could have some sort of shortcut there. Yeah, and
for
I think
sure,
one thing too that you were talking about is that I do think we live in a culture today that glorifies shortcuts. And I'm not even gonna
for
say a
sure.
culture today. I think it's more highlighted because of social media, but I do think it's been it's like the old adage, the get rich quick scheme, like that's been
Mm-hmm.
going on since before TV was around. You know what I mean?
What
So me and all of us, we have
pyramid
that adage
effects?
of like, okay, exactly. Like, how can we get rich? Okay, I'll give you this money and this will make you rich quick and give you this money. And I think a lot of people see that now. And one thing that I really realized, it was like that quote, it was like a boy becomes a man when he realizes that no one's coming to save him.
Mm,
You know what
I
I
like.
mean? Because when no one's coming to, and then it's like, okay, I got to get this done myself. It's all
Somebody
on
come to
me.
save you, you better figure it out by any
You
means.
gotta figure it out. So at that point, I realized it's like in order to do anything you want to do, you need to get in the nitty gritty. Let's talk about the podcast, right? When we first started the podcast, we had some people that were shooting cameras with us. We had people that would
Mhm.
care, oh, it looked like this, that quality. But at the same time, still was a shortcut because it's like, okay, I'm not learning the camera, I'm not learning this or that. And it's like, that's cool and all, and it was working. But okay, it comes to bite you in the ass when it's like, okay, they got to do something else or something happens with them. And now it's like, now we don't have a show, but it's like, okay, no, you have to put the time in, put the effort in, learn the background stuff, learn what actually goes into putting the show together. Not because you're gonna have to do it forever, but because you need to know it. So now you know that it's getting done right when you pay somebody to do it.
I think too with the podcast, people don't really realize because again, we're not saying we wouldn't appreciate it a little bit of assistance. We understand that there's no shortcuts in this game.
Hmm.
Primarily too because for one, there's people who's been doing it for a lot longer and they're still pushing to go further.
Hmm.
We just now getting on board, and yeah, we would love to just be trending and be one of the top podcasts overnight, but we realize that that is not in the formula. It's going to take us building up an actual equation in the formula, and we still trying to figure out the pieces to the puzzle. So we are very much aware that there are no shortcuts to this game because, some fact, if we knew what it was, we would have already been on point. We'd have already been plugged in. But with that, with what we're saying, that's why we appreciate it that much more because it's like now we understand, okay, we can see ourselves getting better in front of our own eyes. We can see ourselves, okay, dang, Phazin, y'all don't even know Phazin went to a whole seminar to
Hmm.
understand the way this what we're doing here
Business.
works. This business is we look at it a lot differently from when we first turned on the camera before the 30 days and before we sat down in person, all that stuff. We look at it totally different because we're like, okay, we're growing. We see, okay, we still need this. We still not there yet. We still got to give this a little bit more. We still got to do this little X, Y, and Z or whatever. But we understand that it's a part of the process to success, and we trust the process. We know with the mindset that we have about this, we know it's gonna blow. It's just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? We at the end of the day, it's almost like what they say in the biblical sense or in spiritual sense. God is not gonna give us something that we're not ready for. At the end of the day, he's preparing us for the greatness that's to come. He's preparing us for our blessings. He's preparing us for everything that he already has because he's already planned it out. It's already ready. It's already there. We've already given it unto him. We just have to walk in it now. We have to put the
Mm.
work forward. We got to have faith that everything that we're doing makes sense and aligns with where we want to go. So, and we know that it's not going to be any short steps or shortcomings that thereof to get into the to the end result. So,
And you even see, like, we talk about shortcuts. We was talking about the $1 million earlier. Like, you see, I don't know what the stat. Actually, I'm gonna look it up right now. I want to look because it's like the what percentage of people that win the lottery, lottery winners
oh man, I wish I had
that
that video. I
go
wish I didn't see.
broke.
I didn't even know we were gonna be talking about the $1 million thing because there was a video I watched recently or whatever. And it was like they were talking about the percentage of people who have X amount of money in the world
Uh-huh.
or whatever. And I think it was like if you have 10,000. I think did you say it? Somebody said it on a pod
What
or
was it?
something. But it was basically like the percentage of people in the world that had like $500,000 was like 98, less than 98%, and
Oh
then it
yeah.
was like at 100,000, it's like it's still less than like 95%.
Oh yeah. No,
You
it's
get all the way
crazy.
down to like $10,000, and that's still almost 50% of the population doesn't have $10,000 in their bank.
Oh yeah.
So it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I wish I had that to kind of share that perspective with people, but it just goes to show, you know what I'm saying? The things that y'all see, even the people who y'all think are taking these shortcuts, if y'all knew their reality, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And it says 70% of people who win the lottery end up having to go bankrupt. So I'm like, that's
But they don't
even,
know what to do.
they don't know what to do with it, or they're just going, like, you didn't work for that. You don't know the process to get that. You are not the person that becomes
Your
a
mindset is not
millionaire.
there.
Your mindset is not there. So I think that's huge because we talk about all this stuff that we do and that we're doing. Like, I think I would just pray that people understand that because I feel like a lot of people live in that get rich quick mentality. Okay, how I'm gonna do this? Okay, okay, this doesn't work. It's not really okay. I'm gonna do this when it gets hard. But Alex Hermosi, the dude I was just watching the other day, he said like there's a phase, literally phase,
Come on,
unphased, stay
Phase. Come on
unphased.
now.
Not y'all know what I mean. But there's phases of how we go through like a process. So you go through the process, you have curious optimism. So it's like, okay, I found this new thing. It's like to get rich quick. Oh, okay, this is cool. I could do this with that and make this. Y'all making that much money? Okay, boom, cool. And then you start doing the thing, and then you start
Art.
finding out, like you said, the catch behind it. Okay, this is a little harder than I thought, or this
Right.
happens in this business, this happens. And most people don't push through there. But then if you push through there and then you master what that is, instead of just bounce, oh, most people say, okay, I'm done. Let me try the next thing. Oh, I'm excited again. Let me try this. Oh, I'm excited again. Let me try it. Then you look up, you're 50.
Man, it's crazy you said that. I was talking to my mom, like, I want to say yesterday or the day before or whatever. And I wanted to double back to this kind of about my San Diego trip. People are looking for, and myself, you know what I'm saying, was one included, the quickest way to escape their reality.
Mm-hmm.
And after the San Diego trip, I realized I don't want to escape my reality, but I want my reality to be my escape. And
Mm.
it's kind of like
Explain that. Mm.
I don't want to, cause I left, and again, when I use this word broke, I'm not I'm not. Y'all don't start sending me money. Well, I mean, send money if you feel, but
Yeah,
I'm
facts.
okay. I'm doing okay. But my perspective of broke. I went to San Diego, I had a great time, but then I came back to my reality where, you know what I'm saying, I'm living somewhere I might not want to live, or I'm driving the car that I might not want to drive, or I don't have the amount of money in my bank account, or doing the job that I want to do, whatever. And I was talking to my mom, I'm like, Mom, I'm sick of like doing that because I don't want my reality to be. I mean, I don't want my escape to be my reality. I don't want to escape my reality. I want my reality to be my escape. I want to
Mm-hmm.
live in that same feeling every day that I felt when I went to San Diego. I want that. I want that to be how I, you know what I'm saying, can wake up and
Mm.
carry in life. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to have the financial freedom and move around and, you know what I'm saying, make these moves and be living, you know what I'm saying, with adventurous, new, ambitious, spontaneous ventures every day. Whereas I'm in a career field where I'm working and it's just starting to feel routine and I
Mm-hmm.
work all day, then I go to sleep, I wake up, do the same thing. It's kind of like, you dread it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I told her, For whatever reason, and this I know something great's about to happen. For whatever reason, when I gotta, say contribute this to the Most High. For whatever reason, when I get like this in life, and I start to feel stagnant, and I start to feel complacent, and I start to feel like, my life is doing this, and I'm just in this routine cycle. And I then begin to just for whatever reason this time I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm not complaining about what my reality is right now, because I know something great is in the midst. I know
Hmm.
something great is right behind that curtain. I'm right there, and I feel something coming that is about to change everything that I'm doing because of how I feel inside and how I feel up here or whatever. Internally, I'm internalizing why I feel like this and why I'm not going to continue to feel like this. And all I know is I gotta just endure, keep going, keep pushing, keep
Hmm.
working towards everything that we talked about doing, like the little goals that I set for myself, the little one, like for one, getting back in the gym has been, and the basic
Hmm.
thing, y'all know Phase was riding me, pause. You know what I'm saying? When it came to the 30 days, you know what I'm saying? It's about being in the gym, but to be back in the gym and feel my body. Like I did not like how I didn't even like how I looked on
Hmm.
vacation. I told you that when I got
Yeah,
there. I'm like,
yeah,
but I had to look good. So
yeah.
I'm now waking back up. I'm like, okay, it's time. And I know I started to realize back to the no shortcuts conversation for a small point in time. I'm like, man, this is just blowing. I just got complacent. I was chilling, but now I realize, okay, you got to get back to the drawing board. You got to get back to work because it's not going to happen like that.
And
You
I want to
got to
talk. I
push.
want to talk about that like directly for both of us, right? Because I think a lot of what you're talking about is like it sounds exactly like me because it's like you have that faith, right? You
Hmm.
got faith. Okay, something's about to happen. There's a breakthrough coming. Something's about to change. But for a majority of people, the problem is the work doesn't
Hmm.
match the
That's what you're
faith.
saying. Yep. Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Like
So
that.
for you, I even ask you directly, what is it that you feel like you want to do, or what is it that because like people are watching this and like they can hear us talk about it, but even directly, it doesn't even have to be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, that, but like what are some of those things that like what do you feel like you're working towards?
Can I answer your question backwards?
Yeah, of course.
I know what I don't want to do.
Mm,
I'm not gonna lie to you and say, "Oh, this is what I." Because if I knew what I wanted to do, I promise you, I would drop everything today, and that's what I'm doing.
hmm.
I don't. I can't really say I know what
Well,
I want to do
well,
because
I don't, well, would you though?
yes, no. I was. This is the conversation I was having with my mom. I'm like, if I knew what would get me where I wanted to get, I would just because that's what you. That's how you hear some of the most success stories. People just like, I ain't had it, and they gave up everything and put themselves in a position where this has to work. If
Hmm.
this doesn't work, it's like I didn't gave up my job. I'm at verge of losing my house. Like this has to work. I'm not trying to put myself in a this has to work situation because I know
Hmm.
I have other people that rely and I have other responsibilities and so on and so forth.
Hmm.
But if I did know what like I ultimately wanted to do, I don't know what I want to do, but I know, like I said, I know what I don't want to do. I know I don't want to be working a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. I know I don't want to be helping push anybody else's dreams and goals to, you know what I'm saying, being a success story without mine, you know what I'm saying? Like living basically helping somebody else live their dreams. That's
Hmm.
not what I want to do.
Okay,
Unless your
do
dreams
you
align
want
with
to
mine.
act though?
Yeah, no, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
okay, my fault.
Hmm.
I know there are things that I'm interested in doing. I
Hmm.
know acting is one of them. I know social media
Podcasting,
influencing,
yeah.
podcasting, just being like, for example, shout out to Alexa Wilson. I'm not saying I'm trying to jump into her lane and be a mindset coach, but there's a lot of people because I even watched yourself do it in the 30 days. There's a lot of people who, you know what I'm saying, watch other people go through their trials and tribulations because they have similar mindsets and goals. So you may get up and post that workout video and do a voiceover that's speaking to somebody who's thinking the same thing and trying to
Hmm.
figure out why they're not getting up and doing the same thing. So just you posting that or whatever, you put a little bit more of, you know what I'm saying, keys to success out there.
Hmm.
Those are your keys to success. Those are your plans of not taking the shortcut that you're putting out there
Mm.
that'll help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So that is also something I want to basically be able to contribute because that's purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like if I looked at it like, man, I gotta get up and do this because there's somebody looking at me, counting on me to do it so that way they can continue to do it. So
Hmm.
that's also something. So there are things that I like doing that I want to see if I can make this you know what I'm saying lifestyle bring financial revenue to me. But it's a matter of I'm still in my own way. I still gotta make it. I still gotta stop making excuses. Oh, I
Hmm.
gotta wait. I gotta wait for this, or I gotta wait for this. No, it's a matter of just getting up and doing it. So, and my mom, shout out to mom. You know what I'm saying? She really
Shout out to
challenged me.
moms.
Yeah. Shout out to moms. I don't know where we would be without him. She really has been challenging me. She's always been my biggest supporter, my biggest advocate, yet
Yeah,
my
what she
biggest
say?
devil's advocate. She asked me on that phone call. She was like, "What are you waiting for, son?" Like, and I was like, "What you mean? Like, you know what I'm waiting on?" She was like, "Here you
Come
go."
on. What are
She was
you
like,
waiting for?
yeah. She was like, "What are you waiting for?"
Everybody. I'm an
But she pretty
owner.
much like, "What are you waiting for?" or whatever. Because little do y'all know, and y'all stay tuned. Me and mom got a podcast getting ready to drop. But she was like, "Kind of, what are you waiting for?"
Hmm.
Yes, because I was like, "My mom got the money. You know, I'm waiting for the money with this." She's like, "No, what are we waiting for? We don't have to be doing X, Y, and Z right now. We could be planning it. We could be talking about it. We could be." And I'm like, "Dang, you're right." She's like, "Why are we not? Why haven't we sat down and had these conversations about what we want to talk about, or what we don't want to just get everything we need, and then now." We don't know what we're gonna talk about. She's like, let's
Hmm.
sit down in the next couple of days. Let's plan this. I'm like, damn, mom, you right. Like, you right. I've been making all these excuses. I'm like, oh, mom, I gotta wait till we order this or we buy this. Or even me and you was talking about the cameras and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, y'all know we doing it with, you know what I'm saying, the bare minimum right now, but we even still working towards. But if I still was in the mindset of not really thinking, yeah, saying it would have just been something that would have just, like you said, I looked up and I'd have been 50 and still ain't started it. So,
Hmm. Yeah, nah, that's huge. I think that's just a great perspective because I feel like you're 100%. This is that what we're talking about, how you just broke down them numbers, the $500,000, the people that get the whatever and go there. I think this is what America, this is what the world is going through. It's like
hmm
overcoming that battle of, okay, I just need to do it. First, it's like, what do I want to do?
all
Then
right.
it's putting a plan together. Then it's doing it. You know what I mean? Because the planning and the thinking about it
It's
and thinking about
important.
the outcome. Oh, but this gonna make me. That's the easy part, but then doing it is the hardest part. But I think then the even harder part after that is when you do it and you like, damn, this ain't as
Staying
fun. Like
consistent.
there's a lot of work to go into this, and then you're gonna try to, okay, let me do it this way. Let me shortcut here, short. No, but you
hmm
literally just
No
have to be
shortcuts,
in it.
baby.
You have to be in it for the long haul. And I think once you dedicate yourself to this or to something, and my biggest advice, like I say this all the time, because I went through a year of like just trial and error. Like I tried all this real estate stuff, all this action stuff, all this stuff, all this stuff. And I figured out, okay, what it is that I kind of like, what it is that I can pursue. But the biggest thing is like you have to pick one thing and go. Because I think a lot of people is just like, okay, I want to do all these things. And I still want to do all these things, but as
I'm
you
gonna
can
start
still
making
do
tell
all the
me, yeah.
things, but it's like organize them in your life to see. First off, you have to do the things. Like there needs to be a second level. Like, okay, if you want to act, okay, I need to go audition, do all this just to see how much time and effort it takes. And how can you weave that into your life now? That's what
Mhm.
I did. I tried to figure out, okay, if I want to do a little bit of this, I want to do a little bit of this, I want to do this. Okay, how can I weave that into my life now where I'm not driving myself crazy and I'm actually also pushing the needle and getting improvement and making strides and still making money? I think that's the hardest thing because we
And
all we
especially
all want
too,
to make
bro,
money.
because a
Yeah.
lot of people too also feel like you can't do everything. Like for example, first of all, Travis Hunter, shout out to you, bro, my dog. He's trying to push the needle and change the narrative that he can play, be a two-way player.
Mm-hmm.
But just think about being a two-way player in life. Like there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are great at a lot of things, and sometimes we get psyched out because even this happened to me. Sometimes you get psyched out by behind people saying, "But you're trying to do too much." And yes, it may be overwhelming, but I don't think it's overwhelming because you're trying to do everything. I think it's overwhelming because you're trying to do everything and you don't have a game plan, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
as to how to push the needle for everything that you're trying to do, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. If you're gonna do everything, you might want to be a little bit more organized, or whatever, so that way it's not as chaotic and cluttered. So, and that's what I was talking to even my lady over there. I'm talking to her about it. I'm like, I'm done letting people tell me I can't do everything I want to do. I'm about
Mm-hmm.
to do everything. I gotta figure out, sit down. Okay, how can I do this first? Let's focus on the game plan for this one. Let's focus on the
Mm-hmm.
game plan for this one. And then, like you said, at a certain point in time, let's figure out how do they both play in and juggle into life. You know what I'm saying? So one and first again, back to Alexis Wilson or whatever. She even said it. She didn't realize that some of the things that she was wanting to do were helping push the other thing that she was gonna want to do later. They all aligned, but
Yeah.
she would never knew if she didn't just start with one of them. and then
Exactly.
watch how it transition into the next one. So, but she
Exactly.
was like, she has so we do really have so much more time that we really think. As long as the Lord, you know what I'm saying, wakes us up and allows that clock to keep ticking, we still have more time on the clock. So,
And I think a lot of people are, and I know this is a societal thing, right? And you touched on it, but a lot of people are scared of not, I would say what people think, but that all or nothing, that back
hmm
against the wall moment. A lot of people are scared of because but I understand it. You got rent to pay, you got this, you got that, right? But one thing for me, and I'm not saying this is, I'm different. You know what I mean?
right.
I'm gonna get to it
Everybody,
now.
just don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home. But every time I put my back against the wall, and I'm like, damn,
Get your best
I
friend.
gotta make this investment, or should I do this? Should I do this? But I don't know if I'm gonna have money to pay the rent. I figured it out. I figured it out.
What did
Because
you
you
say?
have to
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
talk to
Double
me.
back to what you said earlier
Yeah.
about becoming a man,
Mm-hmm.
because that aligns right there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, making that sacrifice, ain't nobody gonna come save you if it don't go through.
No one
But you got
is.
to make the big boy decisions in order to continue to go forward. So,
And it's like I
um,
always fit, like I always, and it's a crazy thing. I had this conversation with somebody, I forgot who it was, but it
get
was like,
risky though, y'all. That ain't for
yeah,
everybody.
nah, it ain't for everybody. But look, this is the real thing that
Faye
I had,
said, just
right?
go for it. Fuck that rent.
But
No, that's not what you
no, yeah,
said.
that's not what I said.
That's
But
not what
this
you
is
said.
but this is what I said. Think about the worst possible situation. And I know, like, put yourself in the worst possible situation and see, like, okay, what would really happen from there? Like, would you die? Like, would something like, okay, if
Like,
you went broke, right? So say if I couldn't pay the rent. Okay, if I couldn't pay the rent, my uncle stays in DeSoto. You know what I mean? I'll be with there, or I'll go back to Chicago. Or it's like, okay, I even think about it in a sense like, okay, say I have a random person, you have $1,000, you got to pay your rent and your car note, about $1,000, $1,200. So you got to make $1,200 a month. The rest of that month, you could use it to go do follow your dream, whatever. But you got to make sure you get that 1,200 for the rent.
gotta help
And
me get
say if you
comfortable.
have all these other bills, okay, I don't pay. I'm focused on having somewhere to sleep and having somewhere to get around. If I got that and all these other bills, send them to my credit. My credit may be messed up, but I'm going to attack my
I'm gonna shake
dream.
back.
I'm gonna get that back. That's like, so I think a lot of us is like, what's the worst that could happen? And people gonna look
Help
at you
me,
weird. People gonna,
help me make a quote here real fast. I
come on,
don't know
let's
if
make
anybody
one.
ever said
Cook,
this before.
cook, cook.
We may make a quote right here, because I'm very much this kind of a thinker,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I'm gonna give it to you two ways. You tell me which one you like more. The first way I would say it is prepare for the worst to get ready for success, or get ready for success by preparing for the worst. And the reason why I say that is because I'm always somebody who's, like you said, what's the worst that can happen? If I'm ready for what the worst that can happen is, that means I'm already be ready for success, because that's how you stay ready to adjust. That's how you stay ready to, you know what I'm saying, maneuver however accordingly. I always try to get prepared for the worst. Okay, if this does not go right, this would be the worst thing that'll happen.
Mhm.
And even still, it may not be the worst, but that's the closest to the worst I can think of.
Mhm.
If I'm ready for that to happen and realize I'm gonna be straight, it's really like nothing standing in my way, because I already knew that this could happen. So now I just
Yeah,
gotta sell out, go for broke, and you know what I'm saying. The best always typically happens because I was ready. I'm like, okay, because the if I'm prepared for the worst never really happens because I was prepared for it.
and it's crazy because what you just reminded me of, there's this thing I was reading this book. It's Jamila Sufran. It's a book about like financial literacy and all that. And she helps people to find their retire number. I forgot the exact
Mhm.
name of it. It's like, okay, I need this amount to retire.
What's that
But
month? Yeah, what's that amount
exactly.
that?
But the
Yeah.
crazy thing is, right? And that she helps people invest so you can get that month in investments coming to you every month. But the crazy thing is that I realized the biggest revelation that I got from that, everybody's number is different
hmm
because everybody wants to do something different. Everybody has something different that they want to do in life. So what I realized, right? Say if someone's a teacher and they just want to invest to where they're getting, say, $5,000 a month. And that $5,000 a month, they can use that to travel the world, to do whatever they want on $5,000 a month. So a lot of us think we got to be millionaires, billionaires to be able to live the life that we want. But you can travel the world. You might not be able to stay in a Ritz Carlton every time, but it's like you can, whatever your dream life is. I think the society makes us think we need all this money and we got to do all these things. But it's like $100,000. If you had 100,000, like people, you could live a good life
Yeah, a lot of
off
people
of
don't
a
even
hundred
touch that.
thousand dollars. You know what I mean? And it doesn't take as long, but we all have our minds up. We ain't never gonna get there because I gotta get $1 million. Oh, $1 million ain't enough nowadays. But the only time you fail is when you quit. That's the only time you fail. So it's like,
Doing.
don't ask yourself the questions you would ask yourself if you were on your deathbed. Oh, dang, why didn't I do that? Or I should have, all the should have, would have, could have, but you didn't. I wish I would have. I would, all that, ask yourself that stuff now because, like I said, you look up 20 years that went by, 20, 30 years that went by. Now we in the same cycle, but you can't take any shortcuts.
And speaking of that, that take
Yeah.
us to that. I don't know if that video gonna play or whatever,
Hmm.
but that video I sent you of
Yeah. Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, see if you can get that up. But
What they say?
You know why I'm laughing?
What's that?
Because at the age 46, I get a lot of men that come up to me that's 45, 50 years old. And they go, Kev, what did you do? Like,
What about the young boys though?
well, the young boys say it to you, they say, Kev, why do you still look like that? And I go, it's simple. Because I never stopped.
Oh, okay. What'd you say?
Because I never stopped.
Okay.
You understand that? Every fucking day,
Okay.
I decided to put some work in. There's not a fucking day that went by that I didn't put some fucking work in.
Yeah.
Every fucking day.
Yeah. You had him up in what? Denzel on their ass. Denzel on their ass.
Every fucking day. Every fucking day. Don't ask me how it happened.
Every fucking day.
Just ask yourself, watch you stop. Every fucking day.
Yeah. Have your ass in Pelican Bay.
I will have you in Pelican Bay. 24 hours. 24 hours.
Lockdown.
and though it's almost like him and like he said and like you said, the only way you feel is when you quit. He never stopped working. He never stopped grinding. That's how he's able to look that good. That's how he's able to look back on the last 20, 30 years and be like, you know what I'm saying, he got the most out of it because every day he put some type of effort, some type of he worked every day to push the needle just that much more. Even if it's that much more or it's this much more, he's working to push the needle every day.
Hmm.
So that's how you, like you said, as long as you don't quit, that's how you get that. You know what I'm saying, to that number of success that you're trying to achieve for. Uh oh, that. Uh oh, y'all know what time it is.
Okay.
Y'all know what time it is.
Okay. Okay.
Laugh, relax, and chill with Real D McNeil and stay unfazed with Phase.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
As we like to
Yeah.
do so much at this point. And again, I like this first question. You know what I'm saying? This first question that I got here for you, Phase, kind of really almost aligns a little bit with what we talking about here today. I didn't
Uh-huh.
like the way they asked it. It says, if we swap lives for a week, what's the first way you'd ruin my reputation? We're not in the business of ruining the reputation. By the way, this is Hot Take, Hot Take, Hot Take, powered by Blaze Pizza.
Go
Don't
get
forget
that.
about the big dogs over there. But we're not, like I said, we're not in the business of ruining the reputation. So, Phase, if we switch lives for a week,
That's an
what's the first
amazing
way you,
question.
huh?
Amazing question. Go ahead.
I mean, if we switch lives for a week, what's the first way you'd help me improve my current situation?
That's an amazing question. Oh, I love that question so much.
I want to hear
Um,
what you think I'm not doing. So,
nah, I think if we switched, what I would do, I would really look at, okay, how much do I pay in bills? I would figure out how much that I pay in bills, and I would find something that is able to attack that. Because right now I feel like, so basically I would find a way to get my time back, get more time back, while also making the just minimum amount of money that I need to survive. And then taking all that other time, and I don't know, like deep in your mind, like what you want to do or whatever it is, but I think I would really go hard on social media. Like I would really go hard. I would download Backstage and I would literally apply for 100 things and just get out there. I would probably go join like just stand up. Like I'd be in live shows. I'd be getting my mind and body and spirit in those situations just so now not only do I want to do it, I'm around people that also want to do it. So now that just creates this kamikaze of conversations and inspiration and content and things like that. That's what I would do.
Okay. If I was you for a week,
Yes.
I would give me, who is now you, but me, about like $5,000. So that way, when I became back me, I could have $5,000 to invest into something based upon what you, that was I, did for me, that was you. That's what I would do. I would do. I'd be like, look,
Yeah.
put this somewhere. This $5,000. I'm trying to help you get right. Well, put this somewhere. That way, now I say back and be me. I'm like, oh, Freaky Friday. Let me go ahead and get that.
Yeah, get
Okay, they
right.
gave $5 paid you. Crazy, you too nice, too generous. You gonna be like, nigga, what I gave you five? What?
God, what?
5,000? You
Hey.
remember the 5,000 you gave me? But
God.
yeah. So,
Yeah, a couple thousand.
right here, go hold this.
Look.
Don't spend it for a week though.
Yeah.
Just hold this.
Yeah.
Next week, I want you to
I just,
use that to
you
start.
no, look, you'll pull up. You'll come over to your house. I'll be there because I'm
Right,
you at the house, and you're just like put 5,000 somewhere in the house,
right.
so you don't really know. So then you come back.
Hey,
Oh,
Eman, don't check that
yeah,
till next week.
next week.
Trust
Yeah,
me, if you check it, it's gonna spoil the surprise.
yeah, that is hilarious. That's hilarious.
That's
Man,
the segment.
hot takes, hot
Relax,
takes,
laugh, and
hot
chill
takes,
with your
hot
boy, Real Deal
takes, hot takes. We do it again. And you know we coming back to y'all every week with an episode. Real Deal McNeil, Mr.
That's one day
LaFudge.
in the gym.
That's one day in the gym.
So imagine 10 days.
Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened.
Imagine 20 days, 30 days. Come
Stay
on, man.
unfazed, everybody. Yes.
I'm unfazed, yeah.